never forget this day.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a Friday night matchup in Rocket Lads today. And today in the booth, you've got your host, Lego Maego, and the one, the only, Spudster. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. I'm looking forward to this match tonight. It's going to be crazy.
And we've got Frostbite doing a doubleheader today, and they're going to be facing off against Enderbois first. This is a potential playoff securing game to see who makes it. Yeah, make or break. What do you think of these two teams going in?
Oh, man. We've seen both these teams play really well, and we've seen both of them play really bad. So we need to see one of these teams, take the reins of the match and hold on to it. Because they both had leads and lost them. So it's really going to be a matter of who can stay consistent through this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, what was that? Jason, I just want to polls up now. Yeah, so we got the polls up.
Who do you guys think is going to win?
Screen out of here. We're saying one vote early for Frostbite and 5 by the Rocket Lads themselves. We're going to have to see. They should go a 5-game matchup. It does look like these are close teams.
I want 5
MZ
games.
and Polar probably going to battle each other here for the solo plays. I want to see what goes on in this one. But should be a couple rivalries here too. Some people would say Tundra versus Talf, but it might be Sins versus Talf in this one, as the two of them have been fighting each other a little bit. Friendly, of course, in the past couple of days, joking around. So we'll have to see what goes on here. So we're in Utopia Coliseum. Get a couple votes in, guys. Get a couple votes in. Like,
who do you guys think is gonna win?
Come on. You know. It's a little laggy. I get that, but we're seeing a lot of 3s in chat. So a lot of people picking Frostbite in 5.
You guys feeling chilly? Or are you feeling like teleporting all over the place?
It is the Canadian winter, and it is starting to get a little bit cold.
Ooh, first
But
game.
we'll see if Enderbois can bring the heat and melt them down. That sounds good in my head. I'm going to keep going with it.
It sounded really good. That was really cool.
I always double check, but it doesn't matter because we're going into game number 1. Tundra versus Nemzi for the kickoff, and Nemzi wins that one over, but Polar Bear is going to try and put this one back to the offensive zone. As Ends changed sporting an Esper. That's an interesting choice. Does that mean he's going to throw? What? Why are you playing an Esper?
What hitbox is that? Because
It's Octane, I think, but it looks really weird. We'll have to see if it helps him, as he's going to try and pass this one out, but a good clear by Sins. Polar Bear is DC'd. And so we might have to wait here. It's either Polar or Tundra. Tundra is experiencing a couple ping issues. Thankfully, there is no goal scored.
My mic better?
I think you might just want to eat your microphone.
I will raise the...
Just get it close to your mouth. Just get it close to your mouth.
It's really darn... It's pretty darn close to the mouth.
That's better. I like that.
Much closer. There we go.
Doesn't
Is
get
better?
much closer than this. Yeah, it looks...
Unless I it's not gonna.
Yeah, no. Take a bite. Take a bite. Looks like a good ice cream cone right there. Take a bite.
It looks tasty, but I
want to see the inside. What's inside a microphone? Yeah.
I mean, I can take the pop top, or I don't. What is it? I don't know what that's called.
The pop filter. You close.
Yeah.
Pop top. Let's call it pop top. Call pop top. I like that.
It's
I like that. Pop top. Pop top. Well, that's interesting. First 30 seconds, and we already encounter issues. Tundra and Polar are playing in the same house. You could argue that a little bit of internet connections that wise, but
are we going to restart from
bad.
5 minutes or go back to 4:30 something? Okay.
Yeah, 30 seconds elapsed. There's we're gonna start just from the 5-minute mark. We're gonna have to see James with that Esper for another extra couple of minutes, as if 30 seconds wasn't enough. Yeah. It's I mean, there's not much to comment on. It looked to seem to be fairly even back and forth, but again,
we saw pressure coming from Enderbois early on, but then again, it's just the first 30 seconds, so you can't really tell anything from that.
So, you know, things can change within 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Within
funny thing
30
has been
seconds
taught
a minute,
to us over
the
the
whole
season.
game can flip upside down.
All it takes is 30 seconds. No matter down, you could be down 4 goals, you could be down 5. If you get scored in 30, you're good to go.
Exactly.
And we're gonna restart here as Talf versus Sins, and Sins wins that one. I think Talf forgot to go on the kickoff on that one, and might be a strategic play.
Oh,
Just checking the pings here as this one goes towards the net, but Nemzi
So close.
not able to get that by Polar Bear. As Polar Bear tries for a shot here, but James with the S. I hate that car.
Yeah,
James with the Esper.
I don't like it
Yeah,
either.
go ahead. No, go ahead. It's good, but that's a power shot by Nemzi into the goal. It's 1-0 early for the Enderbois.
That was a nice power shot right off the sidewall, reading that bounce perfectly off the corner to pop it just over top of Sin. Polar Bear, he tried to get back for it, but he just wasn't able to get there in time.
Yeah, just a
What
little.
a shot. That was
Probably
so
out for
fast.
Yeah, 98 kilometers. Anything close to 100 or over is usually pretty hard to save. Have some good
Definitely.
reaction time for that. But Talf gets involved here. This one's going out dangerously into mid, and MZ is up again, and he's gonna bounce shot and score.
Nobody challenged him. It
see what
just
happens.
floated in the air. Polar Bear went back post, and Nemzi was just there. Nobody was there to contest him.
Yeah, double up on that one. Sins goes up. Polar Bear probably could have stayed down on that one to get a save there, but it's gonna cost them. They're gonna go down 2-0 already in the series. And Talf wins a kickoff here. Talf helping up a little bit here.
Yeah, he's
James.
definitely being really into the play. It's nice to see that.
He's,
Lower players. It's
I
not
like,
easy to do.
I
that.
like to see Talf pop off
Yeah.
here. A little hat trick, you know? It's a double commit there by Frostbite, and this should be a clear for Nemzi, who's going to pass it right into Polar Bear, but a good touch by Nth James. It's by Tundra. Nemzi out to nowhere, and Polar Bear's going to have enough time to get that one, but a good touch there by Talf to keep it in. He's got no boost, got to try and recover as Sins clears that one out. James, it's a wonky touch with the Esper. Nemzi is up, it's off the backboard. Nobody up for the double touch.
Oh,
James tries the shot, but Polar Bear clears it away. Tundra now off to that sidewall. A little bump there by Nth James. And Sins is going to have to clear that one to the side wall. And so far, all the pressure has been for Enderbois on Frostbite. Any mid-game changes you think Frostbite could make?
Their rotations are looking a little bit, I want to say expansive, but that doesn't seem like the right word. They're looking a little spaced out. They're not doing these tight rotations, which allow them to keep going after the ball and after the ball to keep applying pressure. Like, right there was good. Polar Bear was there for the shot. He just wasn't positioned correctly for it.
Yeah, even on that pass, too, it's a little fast, a little. Don't blame him for that one.
Not hard to read, but there's
Just
definitely
fast.
yeah. It was fast. They could clean up, but they can come back. It's
still-
still 3 minutes
yeah.
left.
Still 3 minutes left with 2 goals. Polar Bear's got to start something here, but he's not going to get it by Nemzi, who's going to clear that one away easily, but he's going to go for it again. Does he go up the ceiling? Yes, he does. He's got no boost to follow up, and he won't get the ceiling shot as Nth James clears that one away weak, but he gets the double. Talf shoots. It's just wide off to the right side. Tundra missing.
Okay.
Polar Bear plays it off the back wall, and he's going to clear that one out of danger. Dangerous shot on. Good save there by Tundra, but James is up with the Esper. It's the one thing I'm going to be pointing out.
Yeah,
Sins clears
it's
this out.
definitely an awkward car.
Hey, it's working so
Sticks
far.
out like a sore thumb.
Sticks out like a sore thumb. You know, normally we'd be bullying people for the Scarab, but now it's the Esper. But if it's getting him a 2-goal lead right now, so we keep rolling with it. But that's an awkward touch. He's gonna go up again, get another touch, clearing his own mess up. Good ball control here by Polar, but doesn't get a great flick as Nemzi's gonna hammer that one back into the zone. Nemzi just gets bumped by Polar, I believe. And Polar's gonna be able to clear this one away.
Tundra off there.
A little bit of miscommunication, perhaps, with a good 50 there by Polar Bear to keep it right where it is. A good demo on Nemzi.
Demos are
Sin's
dangerous.
gonna retreat
They
after
open up a lot
that.
of opportunity.
Yeah, they gotta start. Maybe that's what Frostbite needs, is a couple of demos here. As this is dangerously in front of the net, but a good clear away by Sins. Nemzi doesn't win that 50. And Sins doesn't grab that side boost as Tundra whiffs there, but Nemzi gonna clear that one into the corner. This one popping back out. Nemzi gonna take control of this one. Doesn't get it by Sins, who 50s that right into Polar Bear. Not a great chance. Nemzi just pops that one mid. 2 players up for Enderbois, but no dice there. Sin's gonna try and keep this one in. There's an empty net chance. But Tundra and Sins both commit on that double whiff. And Talf's gonna clear it away as James tries to pinch that off the wall, but no dice there. Nemzi into the corner. A pop out into middle. This could be dangerous. A bump on Sins. Talf is up. Nemzi. James is up. A Tundra clears it away. Enderbois scrambling back for defense. It looks like Nemzi's going to be able to block any next shot. A good clear out to himself. Gonna have control. Him versus Polar. Gets an early flick off, and he's going to try for the second shot. But Polar Bear with an excellent save. 30 seconds remaining.
Is insane from Enderbois. They're not giving Frostbite any opportunity to do anything. They're in Enderbois' half for 30 seconds or less, and then the ball's back in their half, and they're getting shots on target. There's no time for Frostbite to do anything.
And it looks like this might be game as Polar Bear misses that one wide. Not able to handle the pressure. You can see he's probably at 0 boost for a majority of the match.
Yeah.
Game 1's gonna go to Enderbois, 2-0.
Wow. That was a dominant game from Enderbois. Applying a lot of pressure.
I'm gonna close my door. Keep talking.
Yeah, the pressure from Enderbois there was insane. They didn't give Frostbite any breathing room at all. If there was a ball in front of their net, there was going to be somebody there to shoot it. So they made Frostbite have to make the save, get the clear, get the touch necessary to be able to clear it away. They, no time at all. And Frostbite, when they tried to get the ball out of the half, they got a good clear. They started getting some shots on, but then Enderbois got their own clear, putting it back into Frostbite half where they could start the cycle over again. And we saw them out shooting them 5-2 for Frostbite. The shooter on Frostbite, Polar Bear, getting 0 shots. Looks like he had to play defense with getting both saves for his team. That's not the greatest thing to see from Frostbite, but they can clear it up in game 2 if they are able to get out of their half and apply some pressure. And Enderbois, if they can keep doing what they're doing to keep applying pressure on Frostbite, not giving them any space, then they're going to take this series.
Yeah, and it's only 2-0, so if you're Frostbite, you got to look at this one and say, hey, that was winnable. Just got to get our defensive rotations, offensive rotations up again.
That was only game 1. Game 1 jitters, they're there.
It's not going to happen too often. But I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I just started saying words. Game 2. Frostbite, Enderbois, Talf and Sins for the kickoff there. James clears that one away right to Talf, but it's straight to Polar Bear, who's going to clear that off the sidewall. Nemzi waits for Polar Bear's shot, but a good save by him. Good patience there. Not enough power on Polar Bear's shot. Bit of a tough chance to generate enough power, but it was good enough in the sim. Then the thim. He comes out from the corner. I can't do that. That's going to
Maybe you need some water.
Shit. I might need some water, but a good shot there by Sins is cleared away by the post. Nemzi taking his time down the field, tries to get it out mid. A good shot there by James, but was just wide, and Polar Bear's going to clear that one right to Sins. She's going to take this one off the wall. Going backboard, but a good touch there by Nemzi. As this one's favorable in his hand. I'm going to say in his shot, but that shot goes wide. Polar Bear touches that down dangerously to mid. Talf tries to challenge, but Sins is too quick. This is a fair bounce out middle. And no dice. Nobody up on this one, but this is an empty net chance for Tundra, but a good save by Talf. A good block there, and it's a shot for Sins, and they'll score 1-0.
They applied the pressure, and Enderbois crumbled. I think they figured out their weakness in here, because it's only been a minute into the game, but the ball has been in Enderbois' half for 75% of it, and they get the first goal. So I think something's there.
Pressure, but Talf's going to miss that one. Yeah, pressure is definitely important. There's a lot of opportunities now for Enderbois, but they don't get anything to materialize. On that play, you can see Nemzi tried to cheat up on the previous goal just a little bit too much and might have been able to save that shot, but sometimes you just panic. But this is an empty net for F. James, who misses, and I'm going to blame his car on that one. You better believe it, as this one's going down into an empty net.
No!
But Nemzi just doesn't have to do anything. Gets an awkward touch, but he's going to try and keep this one away. That's James going to try and control this. Doesn't get it by Tundra. Good 50 there, but Talf's on the wall. Fakes out. Frostbite, a good shot on him, but it's just wide as James gets enough of a piece of it to block Sins from getting a shot on net. Talf with a calculated whiff there. Nth James going to try and start the offense. It's a favorable bounce, but Sins is there to clear it away. A good push in by Talf. Nothing yet so far developing. As Polar Bear is going to clear this one away, but Nemzi is straight on the wall. Whiffs. Good touch there by Nth James. He's got a chance to shoot. He will. He's going to go up and he'll score. 1-1.
Speed from James to get back up to that ball. He didn't have a lot of boost. I believe it was like, 40 boost there to get back at that ball. And he used it all perfectly to be able to have the speed and the know-how to be able to get up there. It's not the easiest thing to do on that low boost. But he did it. He got a powerful shot on that. 107 kilometers an hour.
Pretty good. Maybe the car is good. The power of the double jump aerial. Maybe it's longer. Maybe that's why he hit it.
Maybe.
Because this one drops down. I don't really remember what the hitbox is. I want to say Octane, but really, it's in net. It's in the net. Is what it is.
That's just. I looked away for a second because I was gonna start looking up what the hitbox was, but then the goal was just scored. Polar Bear spawned in the wrong side of the net and got bumped into his own net trying to save it, but Nemzi was just there to muscle his way through that to give them back the lead.
Stuffed it like a Thanksgiving chicken. Turkey.
Turkey.
Oh, you could eat chicken.
That's true.
Depends.
Yeah.
Chicken or turkey. It looks the same. It's just one is turkey, one is chicken.
One's bigger bird.
Great. Now I'm hungry. And I'm hungry for some goals. Let's see it. Come on.
I'm hungry for overtime.
Pushing I want game 5. That's what we're all hungry for.
Exactly.
We're a bunch of hungry hippos, but Tauf's going to try and keep this one in as Nth James gets a shot on, but a good save there by Tundra, who clears that one away. Polar's gonna have to deal with this now. It's down off the sidewall. Good cleared into the middle, but a good touch by Nemzi to keep that one away. Tauf gets a 50 with Tundra. Polar gets an extra touch, but straight to Nemzi. Straight to Sins. Couple of individual passing plays, but no chances given as this one goes right to Polar. Hey, it's team passing play, you know? Sometimes the 6-man passing play is what you love to see. Is a good block there by Sins. Nemzi bringing this one out. He's got a shot, just misses that off that post. Tough angle, could have had it. Tauf's gonna challenge this one early. Good 50 off of Sins, but Tundra's clearing that one into the side wall. Nemzi off that backboard. Well, this is off the backboard, but that's a whiff by Nth James. He goes soaring over that one, but a good put back.
You can blame it on the Esper.
Nobody's there. Blame it on the Esper.
Maybe
that's his plan.
A hybrid hitbox.
You ever think that's his plan? Because he's gonna score right here.
Maybe
he's
he's
stop
trying to throw
looking,
him off.
searching. I think we're. Every time you search, somebody seems to score.
I know. I didn't search. Sindus said that in the Rocket chat or the stream chat. So thank you, Sindus.
Oh.
But this, the 50 was there. It popped out right in front of their net, and Nth James was in the perfect position to be able to get a nice, powerful shot, right to put it square in the back of the net, giving them a 2-goal lead.
2-goal lead yet again. As most people know, one of the most dangerous leads in history. In Rocket League history. But this one is going to close out unless Sins can put that one in, but she won't. A double connect there by Polar and Tundra. They can't. Oh my goodness.
The pressure's there.
30 seconds left. It's looking like game 1 again. Unless Frostbite can chill out and get a goal here. This is a good shot on by Polar, but it's an easy save by Nemzi. Polar with no boost by the looks of it. She's just going to give that one right away as Tauf's dribbling it all by Frostbite. And Sin's going to try and contest here, but no dice. As James gets another shot on net, but Polar Bear's going to clear that one away. Nemzi with a little awkward turnaround there.
Interesting turn on the wall.
Yeah, it almost worked. But this one's going to be in the books. They don't get another one. No pity goal for you. And Enderbois will take game 2. 2-0 in the series now. Things aren't looking good for Frostbite.
Frostbite, they need a reverse sweep now. And I've been there a couple of times. It's not an easy thing to do. The pressure is in the back of your mind the entire time that's those games are being played. Enderbois only need one more.
That's the thing. You gotta look at it again. One more game. You don't want to play oh, we're down 2-0.
You're not playing a series. You're playing a game. That's the one word of advice I have to say. You're not playing a series. You're playing a game.
That's the thing. But we'll have to see here again. Polar shooting a little better this time. It's 7-6 in the shots, so definitely offensive pressure is better.
Has more, but they have less goals. Same amount of saves on both teams. So Frostbite's accuracy is not the highest right now. We saw in the first minute of that game, they had possession of the ball. They were playing their game. They were controlling what happened on the field. And then as soon as that first goal for them was scored, they lost it. I don't know what happened. Maybe comms broke down. Maybe they just lost their connection somehow as a team. But it definitely wasn't there for the rest of the game. But
something's off. Generally, you feed off of that first goal.
Exactly.
But, something just seems to be off with Frostbite.
Yeah. They can come back, though. Again, they had the potential in that game to come back. There was potential there. They had the shots. They outshot Enderbois in that game. They just weren't on target. And if they were, they got saved.
You almost wonder at what point does Polar Bear start popping off. We haven't seen a lot of that recently.
He hasn't been doing a lot of solo plays, which is usually his strong point. He's been trying.
He's been doing a little bit more dribbling maybe than he wants to, but Nth James gonna clear that one away. Polar's gonna have to try it. I think he changed his car up, so that's a good sign already. He's trying to get a win here.
He's gone sweaty.
So sometimes you're gonna go sweaty, but sometimes it might not work. That one's just gonna crawl wide. Just too slow. Taft's gonna clear that one into the offensive zone. A good touch off by Polar. And James gonna try and start this up again. Mid pass by Sins. Maybe calculated.
Calculated.
Right to Tundra. Calculated. Hey, if it works, it works. It's calculated. Rule number 3, because pretty sure there's already 2 other rules. A good block there on Nemzi. By Nemzi. And again, it looks like Enderbois might be running away with this one just a little bit too quickly if they can score here. They're not too much pressure from Frostbite.
On target.
Don't.
Yeah,
I need to see. Go ahead.
Sorry, Frostbite, they haven't been the strongest defensively. They look like they're panicking when the ball gets around their third of the field, their back third. They're panicking, the rotations aren't smooth. Maybe communication breaks down when I know it's hard to keep communication. Like,
perfect example of panic right there. I'm pretty sure you could frame that one and play it 100 times over.
Tundra jumped for that, and then Polar Bear was out of the net. Sins was rotating in back post. She went for the ball instead of trying to maybe read the shot that was coming. Not an easy thing to read, but something you gotta try to read. Although that might just go in. Wow, that was close.
But not yet, that one's gonna go in.
There we go.
There he is. It's about time.
That's Polar Bear.
No.
He was really quick to that ball there. Nth James got an awkward touch off the ceiling, and Polar Bear read him like a book. Getting a powerful, semi-powerful 80-kilometer shot right hitting off the inside of the net there to tie the game. They needed that.
Good placement. That's exactly what they need. After conceding that one, they'll have to take what they can get. This Polar Bear is going to get a chance to clear that one away, but he gets enough of a 50 against James. But Sins is going to clear that one away. And now she's going to try and pass this one out mid. She will, but it's a forceful clear. Holy cow.
She cleared it for them.
You know, we're all about power hits, but woo, that was a lot. This Polar Bear, that one might go in. If Talf doesn't save this, he will, but the post will save him. Oh my goodness, that could have been a goal. Nemzi versus Sins. Sins wins. Tundra for the shot. It might sneak it in. It will.
Tundra gets on the scoreboard. You'd love to see that from her. But for Enderbois, you hate to see that little touch from Sins. Sins saying that Tundra's carry. That was an amazing shot. It was so light that it threw James off. I don't know if he was trying to read a power shot or that it was going to go high, but he wasn't able to read that touch from Tundra, and it just went right in front of him.
It's a tough read for him, but he's going to try and look to forget about it now. There's a good shot, good passing play from Sins and Tundra combining to help Polar out here a little bit. But they're going to have to defend. Double commit there by Polar and Sins. Polar doesn't grab that mid boost. This could be crucial. And it might be, but James misses to the side. It's the car.
It's the car.
He just misses that one. Uh-oh, Nemzi's got a chance for a shot, and Polar's got no boost. There's no way he's going to save that one as James takes the pass from Nemzi and ties it up at 2-2 with 2:16 left to go.
I was watching Polar Bear for the past... As soon as the ball went into their half, and he had no boost after he missed that mid one, he had no boost that entire time. So that made rotations awkward, not as fast as they could be. He was probably screaming in comms that he had no boost. it makes it very
But he
hard
might
to
get
do
a stealing
anything.
shot here. No, Nemzi says denied. Does not give him a chance. Zero boost to 100 and he goes for that? That is insane, and he almost had it. I give him props for that. Sins is going to have to make a tough save here. Just doesn't get it. James is going to get a good 3-2 lead.
She was awkward from that. She was in the right position, but to make those saves, it's not an easy thing to do, to be able to jump properly and know whether or not you need to flip or just double jump to get there. But a good shot from James to put it high and awkward to read. A good shot from James and a good attempt from Sins.
He's going 91 kilometers. She was in good position, but just a little too slow to it, so almost had it.
Very
She's
good
gonna
attempt.
try and make a statement here. This Nemzi and Talf double committing on that one. Double commit, double the power. It seems to be working for Enderbois. Not so much for Frostbite.
Double commits.
Another clear out by Nemzi, and he's got the double touch, but he just misses wide. Just a hair off. Doesn't get the amazing double touch, but that one's off the backboard. Nemzi is up for it. A weak shot on. A good save by Sins. A good save by Clears. That's what I was originally going to say. I write Clears, I guess. That's what we're doing.
Were they
James double commits with Nemzi. You know, we're going to give him benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say yes, they were.
It almost worked.
Polar Bear versus, this is a good booming clear. It's awkward for Nemzi and James, who are both in the back wall. It's an empty net to shoot at, and he'll get it right corner.
That was good speed for Polar Bear to be able to follow that up, because you don't know what kind of touch they're gonna get. But Nemzi was so awkward, not such a hard thing to read, because you don't know if it's gonna hit the ceiling, it's gonna hit the backboard. He got up to it, didn't get the touch he wanted, and passed it right to Polar Bear to tie the game up.
Yeah, James was in a better position on that back wall too, so had Nemzi left it for him, he probably would have gotten a more powerful clear, but unfortunately Nemzi gets the soft touch down.
Playing their hearts out.
Oh, I saved my Sins! She clears that one away. Polar clearing that one down and in. Nemzi just misses that. This could be a scoring opportunity, but they don't convert. As Nemzi's staying too close to the ball, and he's going to challenge Polar. And that one goes up to the midfield, but a shot on by Sins is just going to be wide. No! This one's rolling down. And Nemzi on the backboard is going to clear that one away to safety. Polar Bear going to try for the wall shot. Doesn't roll as he wanted it. Gets a wide shot on. And James a good clear into the corner. Just going to awkwardly play it here. Tundra doesn't go for it yet, but she will now. And she's putting it into the corner. We have 5 seconds left until we go into a Game 3 overtime. It's win or lose. Win or go home. Well, actually, not really, because Frostbite have to play one more match.
That's true.
It's win or go to the wild card.
I want Frostbite to win this so that we can get at least a Game 4. I want Game 5.
Tough. Oh, didn't miss. Tough didn't. He didn't score on that one. This what is going on?
He didn't do it. Finish the job.
Can't do it. You cannot do it.
Oh, Tundra left the party.
That's fine. We don't need to worry about that. As she still seems to be playing great. As Nemzi's gonna try and get that one past Sins. And a good block there. Talf is the last man back. Polar can get a shot on quickly. This might be good for a Game 4. But a bump on Polar by Talf. That's definitely what he was going for. A good clear out by Nemzi. It's straight to Sins. Bounce shot in. Talf just misses. They might be doing it. No! James saves it, but Sins is going to get 3 down. 4-3. We're going to game number 4.
She finished it herself. She read it off the post and put it in herself after James got an awkward touch. He was trying to clear it into his corner. He couldn't do what he needed in Frostbite. We're going to Game 4.
Hopefully we call it Game 5 next, but
I know, I want Game 5.
Sins with a hard carry though. Well,
not a hard carry. I mean, you could say it was a carry.
But for sure, Polar Bear stepping up in this one again. 2 goals on 4 shots. The 404 error score. And he didn't have to do as much saving this time around. You can see Sins was kind of helping him out getting into the offensive zone. So great team game by Frostbite. Enderbois just can't squeak it out.
I think in that game, Frostbite came in with a different mentality. The first 2 games are like, all right, let's try and figure out this Enderbois team, see what their weaknesses are. And I think they learned that Enderbois like to commit hard on offense. So they won't have as many people on defense, or they'll leave, sorry to point this out on Telf, but they'll leave their weaker player back. and that leaves an awkward situation for them to be able to get the lead back, to clear it away so that they can get their own offensive opportunities. Did they outshoot them? Yeah, Enderbois did outshoot them.
Yeah.
But like accuracy comes into play. Only
Love shooting percentage. Yeah, baby.
yeah,
Sucks
boy.
to see it, but you love to see it.
Exactly. You hate to be that team, but you love to see it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, for the most part.
We're
See Carbon
still
going
trying
up
to
for a
figure out what
I'm gonna
age
pick on
group
Carbon here. You see
team-
Carbon going up for a shot. You know his shooting percentage is low. You're like,
He's not,
not
gonna
this
make
time. And then he
that.
scores it, and you're like, well,
Oh.
this was
Exactly.
calculated. Love you, Carbon. But we're gonna get going set in game 4 as a shot on early by Nemzi, but Polar Bear is steady in the net. You clear that one away, gets a good catch, but not over James. We're gonna stay as hybrid cry. I've been bullying him too much. I'm gonna keep going with it.
It's the Esper. That's why he didn't make the shot.
It's the
Blame it on
Esper. Polar Bear tries to latch onto the wall bear, but no, the ball bear. Polar Bear kill herself in the corner. I do
Okay,
this
words
'cause
are
it's
hard.
funny.
Words are hard. It is funny.
Good touch out by Nth James. Right to Sins is a rolling shot. But Memzi clears that one away. Polar Bear up for the double touch. But James is going to clear that one away. And he gets an awkward double. Well, not awkward, but it was a good flip touch there. The after flick.
He's doing this all with no boost.
Oh, Polar Bear hits the post. And Taft's going to score.
Tal finally getting on the scoreboard there. He faked out Tundra, got a amazing 50 on Sins, bounced it off the backboard. Polar Bear hit the ceiling of his own net. And like, he did, as James did that with literally pads. As he picked up the pad, he spent the pad. Like,
I will forever, you know, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't think that play happens if he doesn't have Esper, because the double after flick to get that ball into the offensive zone is probably
he
what did
hit
it.
the wheel. He hit the wheel of the Esper. That's what got him that extra touch.
Yeah, he was saying before that he wondered if he should use it for the entire season as Polar Bear shoots there, because there's a visual reference maybe for aiming the ball, as this is an empty net. Tundra doesn't get that one. It was close, and Nemzi scores 2-0.
She tried so hard to get there. That's not easy to do. She tried to hit it. It looked like she tried to get it out of her net to put it into the corner. She didn't get the touch she wanted, and it passed right back out to Talf. She tried to get back, but she just was not fast enough. Talf putting a powerful shot. Dangerous. Uh-oh.
As Polar Bear snipes the corner. No, and James again. Stinking Esper. Probably muttering to himself, I hate that Esper right now, as Sins is going to go up off the wall, but Talf beats her on the wall. It's off the backboard. And Polar Bear is not going to get enough of a soft touch to clear that one to himself. Nemzi plays with this one. It's out in middle, but
Where's the
James
team?
cannot pre-flip, as the pinch was a little too much, but Talf's going to keep the pressure. He's playing a lot more on the walls, Talf. I would
That's
be a
good
little
to see.
scared of him if you weren't already.
That's not an easy thing to do. So seeing him on the walls is definitely showing that he's improving in skill. That's dangerous.
Get
For
more
Enderbois.
confident. Yeah. Enderbois going to be a dangerous team by playoffs. They're being a dangerous team right now. They're down to, they're up 2-0. Frostbite rather is down 2-0, but a good shot there by Tundra. She'll score an empty net. Well,
I know
relatively.
that was not an empty net. She dunked on James. She dunked
Empty
James and Nemzi pushed. Hey, I'm gonna call it a dunk. She deserves it.
She gets a dunk on to an empty net.
I'm gonna call it a dunk. Okay.
The dunk was
Final.
impressive. The dunk was impressive.
It was good. Like the speed of which she went to that ball.
Double touch.
knowing that there were two people
Double touch.
doing that.
Ah! You know, a
Duncan's improving a
dunkaroo.
lot. She's improved a lot
good.
through this season.
Yeah, she's looking good so far. Combining with Sins on a couple of plays here. So
Sins and
pretty
Tundra have
impressive.
played a lot together, and it's definitely showing their chemistry is there.
Should be helping if they can get Polar Bear on that rotation. They should be fine. That's an bad touch out by Tundra. Just as we begin praising.
Just as we begin praising her, that's.
Yeah.
I think
That's
what
unfortunate.
happened with Polar Bear called it. Tundra tried to stop so that she would leave it for him, but it bounced off the back of her car, and then Polar Bear was not expecting that touch, and it just.
Yeah. Oh, Talf for an
Talf.
empty net chance here. Sins with a good save away. Yeah, that's but Nemzi's gonna get that one. 4-1 now. It's not looking too good for Frostbite. Still 2 minutes left. Good save there by Sins.
Close. Good save from Sins, but Nemzi was up. Polar Bear committed with her on that. And it was a powerful shot again. The power shots are coming from both of these teams are insane. No shot, I believe, has been under at least 50 kilometers now.
I
think I can say that with confidence. I think.
Well, I guess you'll know if you see people at your doors with pitchforks saying you're wrong, but I think you're fine.
That's true. That's very true. I guess we'll just have to wait.
Ooh, but it's a gas out to Telf. Feeling a little gassy. Good 50 there by Nemzi. This one's coming out into the corner. Still towards the net, but nobody's going to be able to put that one in. Tundra backflips right to Polar, who's going to try and clear this one in, but Nemzi with no boost is going to be able to clear that one onto the corner. Going for once, going twice. It's sold to Talf. He's going to clear that one away quite weakly. This Nemzi's been without boost for quite a while now.
Yeah, and he's still doing stuff. That's not easy to do. That's hard to do with zero boost to get those powerful touches.
Do we call him the no boost wonder? Never mind, he has boost.
He has boost now, so I mean we can't really
take
call
it back.
That anymore.
We take it back. We're revoking our previous judgment of no boost runners. James goes up with the Esper, and that's you already know he's putting that one in a highlight reel.
Oh yeah. Cookies, I don't think we can call that thing an eyesore anymore. When he just did that, a nice fake musty flick I mean you could call it a musty technically. But I didn't flip
All I know is
he hit it with the front of his car after doing a backflip, so like...
That eyesore has looked a lot better than any of Cookie's shot. No. As we might get a sixth goal here, but a good clear out by Nemzi.
Do you
this
see what
one's
I see
just
with
about done.
Do you see what I see?
We're going to Brazil. No, it's going to be too much. Ooh, it's going to be too much. I think Frostbite are not going to let them get the satisfaction of that. They're going to try and kill time here, grab a couple of extra pity goals. MC's
wasting time in the corner.
He doesn't care about the Brazil. He just wants this to be over.
He just wants the game to be over. He wants to secure a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, actually, with this win, they will secure a spot in the playoffs. So Enderbois are playoff bound. They will not have to play in that wild card against Booster Juice.
They do not.
Frostbite, on the other hand, I forget the ranking on that one.
Frostbite, now I believe they're in the wildcard match. Because
they are in the
Enderbois and Frostbite, they were the two teams facing off to see who's going to go into wildcard. Enderbois won the series, so they're immediately to playoffs. Frostbite's going to have to play for their lives in that wildcard match.
Two players back into a wildcard match. Irite Sins. Actually, there's three returning players into a wildcard match. Polar Bear, Irite Sins, and Jakudakon. Sorry, Jason. Who are going to have to face each other in another wildcard matchup again. Yes. Who thought it would be like this?
Who's no, it was Red Rex who was their lower player.
It was Red Rex.
We have three returning players from last season. That's got to be stressful. They've all been there before.
Interesting.
Booster Juice.
No, he's saying for last season. Red Rex
was on your team last season.
Jakudakon does have good advantage with Wayno, who's a season champion, however. Exactly. So that maybe the nerves of the playoffs could help. Polar and Sins both went through that loser's bracket, though, so...
They went through that loser's bracket. They went up to the finals last season after coming from a wild card game, so they have the potential. We've seen them do it before. It's going to be an interesting series.
Have to be interesting.
Can I ask you this question? Can I ask what Frostbite did wrong? Or am I supposed to answer that?
I mean, theoretically, you're supposed to answer that, but I can also answer that because,
we can take turns. We'll take turns. You go first.
All right, we'll start with it. It was defensive breakdowns, and I think there was a lot of double commits on defense. Whose fault that is different. A couple of goals were unfortunate bounces. The one thing I was going to bring up with the unfortunate touch by Tundra is that's a perfect example of why back post rotations are generally a better option in threes. In twos you can get away with it, in ones is ones. But threes, you generally want to be rotating back post because those are the kind of touches that kill your team. I'm
Polar
pretty
Bear
sure
had the
Polar Bear,
touch. He was gonna
he
get
had
it.
the touch
And
and just unfortunate touch, but that's a result of rotating that way, right? So
Yeah.
it's a small thing to fix. Just come into that back post, stop coming to the front post. There's multiple different things that can go wrong in that front post corner. I don't want to get into it. I've seen it too much. Basically, front post bad. You want to go back post as much as you can.
Front post-
There are situations where you're
bad.
gonna have to cut front.
Far post good.
Far post good. Front post bad.
good.
Don't want that. Front post good. There are gonna be situations where you're gonna have to cut front post, but for the most part,
Those
if you have two
situations are
people
few
in
and
your
far
net,
between.
they are the rarest thing because if you have two people back, you really should be going back post.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to go front post if you have two teammates back post already.
Again, nothing on Tundra.
No,
it just doesn't.
with being a new player,
that's
that's something you gotta learn, right? So
yeah, it's a hard thing to get used to for the first couple of rotations, but once you start picking it up and then understanding it as a concept, then it really helps your gameplay a little bit because defensively you're better. But even you could apply that to Polar and Sins too because they didn't stay on that back post a whole bunch. I noticed that they were in the middle of the net a whole bunch. Right?
They like to cheat up.
I know
I'm susceptible of that.
Too many times. No.
Too many times. I've cost you goals.
Sometimes it's just waiting. Just wait that extra second because not to go too in depth, but there's basically a range that players have as they rank up. It increases. So if you're in the middle of the net, you're cutting off that range of where you can hit. I'm turning it into Joshua. That's his job. But basically, if you're in the middle of the net, any shot behind you is going to be significantly harder to save, and then every shot in front of you, you're only covering about half the net. If you stay on that back post instead of cheating up to the middle of the net or the front post, you're going to have a wider range to save pretty much every shot that comes your way. And if they place it perfectly, then there's not much else you can do. That's just a perfect shot.
Yeah.
But how often is that going to happen, right? So
exactly.
Just a lot of middle net stuff, not too much on the back post, and then a lot of panic too. And
Frostbite,
maybe the backboard was utilized really good too. So maybe get somebody up to clear that backboard more often.
Yeah. Frostbite looked good in the latter half of that series. They were cleaning things up a little bit. Game 1 was winnable, but they lost it. Game 2, they looked a lot better in the beginning of the game, the first minute. And then Game 3, they were a presence the entire time. And then Game 4, maybe they just got too comfortable. Maybe they slowed down on their communication. Their rotations slowed down. And Enderbois were just there the whole series. They didn't give Frostbite a break at all. Even that game when they won, Game 3, it went into overtime. They had a 2-goal lead. What was it? Halfway through, 2 minutes left in the game. And then they gave it up. So what are you going to blame that on? It's not Enderbois' fault. Frostbite gave opportunities to Enderbois, and they took them gladly. And they used them to their advantage and won the series because they guaranteed themselves a playoff spot. Frostbite are going to have to play their hearts out in the wildcard game. Sorry.
It's a little scary too because we haven't seen Gibby in play for a while, so
it's gonna be interesting.
Excited to see my boy Gibby.
Gibby!
Yeah, what's Gibby thinking about? All right, we're gonna cut the stream here as we have got another game at 10 o'clock, 40 minutes. It's Frostbite versus Dunkin' Donuts. So Dunkin' Donuts just gonna try and improve their positioning here as Frostbite is a lock for the wild card. So they'll try and get a morale win here.
I mean, if they can get that win, they can feed off of that when they go into the wild card, knowing that they beat one of the top competitors of that league division.
100%, yeah. So we're gonna end it here. Any last remarks? Yeah, no, it was fun to have you in the booth again.
All I'm gonna say is back post rotations. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Do it or you die.
Back post rotations and don't double commit. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. That's Lego. That's Spudster. And we'll see you in 4 minutes.
Have a good one.